I'm cheating on my husband, and I finally have the balls to tell the world. I told him, and of course, he didn't handle it how we would want him to handle it. He was just like, okay, whatever. And he left with my kids. And I really was just like, this is weird. I need to chase after him and see what's going on. Like I said, there was a U-Haul truck there. And my heart dropped because I'm like, oh my gosh, immediately he is moving out, and, already has his stuff.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at another complicated relationship story involving a marriage that quickly fell apart and ended up becoming a public discussion online. After the relationship broke down, personal details were shared on social media, bringing plenty of outside opinions into an already difficult situation. It's a good example of how quickly private relationship problems can become public. We'll look at what happened, how both sides responded, and where things went from there. Let's get started.
I finally have the balls to tell the world. I told him, and of course, he didn't handle it how we would want him to handle it. But it all started, so I started having a friendship with this particular person, and it's actually a friend of my husband as well. And we just have been hanging out around him a lot lately. We started out with just simple conversation, like we were friends, but we ended up kind of pushing it past that a little, not a little. We ended up kind of like secretly seeing each other, trying to find ways to see each other, and doing that behind my husband's back.
This situation goes far beyond a simple relationship mistake. What makes it especially serious is that the other person involved was reportedly someone from her husband's own circle. Instead of ending the relationship privately, the situation became public and caused even more damage to trust and personal relationships. When private issues are shared online, the consequences can spread far beyond the couple. Whatever the reasons behind a breakup, turning a personal conflict into a public spectacle usually creates even more tension. If a relationship is truly over, handling the separation with honesty and respect can prevent unnecessary damage.
So every time that my husband and I would joke about like me cheating on him, he's like, girl, you will be in a grave, you and whoever it is, and you're never going to leave me, blah, blah, blah. However, in this moment, he did not react that way. He did not. He reacted very calmly. Like I said, I can see that he was very hurt. Like, I can see it. I know him. He's my husband. But he acted very calmly and like very mature, very demure. I don't even know if I used that correctly. But anyways, he acted very calm, and he just left and took the two kids.
What makes this situation even more frustrating is how the story appears to be presented for attention. After the marriage fell apart, she seemed surprised that her husband reacted with hurt and disappointment. Instead of arguing or trying to convince her, he simply walked away and focused on moving forward. Sometimes, actions speak much louder than a long confrontation. Her decision to share so much online could also come back to matter later. Public posts can create a permanent record, especially when a relationship eventually becomes part of a legal dispute.
So when I get to his mom's house, like I said, there was a U-Haul truck there. And my heart dropped because I'm like, oh my gosh, immediately he is moving out, and, already has his stuff, in this U-Haul truck. Like, it's like it happened so fast. So I'm like, oh my gosh, he's leaving me for real. So like I said, that broke my heart. And I tried to talk to his mom and see like where her mind was, where his mind was. And she was just like, I don't know what to tell you. He didn't tell me the full story. I just know that he asked me if he can come back, and he's here. So, I was taken aback. Like, you're really going to end our whole marriage just because of that?
One of the hardest things in a marriage is dealing with betrayal and then feeling like your experience is being dismissed or twisted. That combination can make an already painful situation even more difficult. The way someone tells their story online can also reveal a lot about how they view the breakup. But it's important not to label someone with a mental health condition based only on clips or social media posts. In this case, the fact that the other person was reportedly known to her husband made the situation even more personal. Any evidence shared publicly could also become relevant if the couple later faces a legal dispute. And now, let's move on to the next case, which takes a completely different turn.
What was the worst financial decision that you made throughout your career?
Getting married, man. My divorce wiped me out. It was terrible. Marriage is a business. I didn't look at it like that. I was one of those sucker for love kind of guys. So I was, I'm in love. It's a business. And if you don't look at it like that, that could be one of the worst financial mistakes you make. I'm being honest. Wiped me out. Had to start over from scratch. But the beauty of it is once you have it in you internally to build, you have the dog in you to fight in you, doesn't matter. You'll always rebuild. It's not about losing it. You have the dog in you, you can fight and build it back. It's about recovery time. See, if you lose it at 20, you're probably in your early 20s, mid-20s. It's okay. You have recovery time. You're young. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in 2 months. If you lose it in your 40s, your mid-30s.
This reaction reflects a growing fear that divorce can completely change someone's life, especially when finances, children, and property are involved. But every marriage and divorce is different, so broad claims about men or women don't tell the whole story. Marriage can be rewarding when both people communicate, respect each other, and take commitments seriously. When that trust breaks down, however, separation can become complicated and emotionally exhausting. Issues like support payments, custody, and dividing shared assets are handled differently depending on the law and circumstances. Rather than blaming an entire gender, it's more useful to focus on the choices made by the individuals involved and how they handle the breakup.